This computer. Hello, Misha.
Hello, Con.
Great to see you again. And I must say, we've got Misha from Gallery Homes from sunny Queensland. And how's Queensland up there today?
Always sunny, always beautiful, always where everyone would rather be, Con.
Correct. And I believe it's the point of destination. Everybody wants to buy a property in Queensland these days. And I tell
It
you what,
is.
it's amazing how people just change the mindset of Queensland.
Honestly, it is outstanding just how much growth we've seen over the past 5 years, especially in the past 24 months.
Tell me something. With the obviously gallery homes now, we've been doing a few business now together a few years now.
Yeah.
For our viewers and our customers out there, who is Gallery Homes?
Okay, great question. We are a builder developer. We're based in Southeast Queensland. So, builder developer, what does that mean? It means that we can go out to any block of land in Queensland, we can acquire that land, purchase it for our clients, and then being able to master plan a community and offer that so that there's longevity. We're actually creating, a long-standing community to either owner occupiers or to investors.
And for how long you guys been in business?
We've been in business since 2011, so 14 years now.
Beautiful.
We were founded originally by Kim and Adam Barclay. So Adam is still our CEO, and Kim still dabbles in the business a bit. She's very much the creative mind of our business.
Beautiful. I've got some of the questions that actually they've been given to me by my prospective clients and
Yeah.
purchasers.
Yes.
And what I've done, I've put them in 8 categories. The categories are deposit and pricing questions,
Mhm.
got the land questions, house plan and design questions, the standard inclusion questions, the credibility questions,
Yeah.
and the last three, confidence, guarantee, and the technical questions that obviously people want to know. It's the questions that actually people want to know, the
Yes.
more the juicy ones, you might say.
Yeah. Con all of these sorts of questions, they're actually things that the most strategic and intelligent buyers are actually asking. So, any of your clients who are asking these actually match the type of clients that we see come through the business all the time.
And the other thing is also on add to that, obviously, that means they are genuine, they are qualified, and they mean business.
Correct.
Now, one of the very simple questions is that the deposit and pricing questions. How much is a deposit and how much will be kept should the purchaser do not proceed with the deal?
Okay. Is it okay if I share my screen, Con?
By all means, please.
Thank you so much. You're such a generous host.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So, just for an example, I am going to share. Yeah.
I hope you like my music at the background.
It's very calming, Con. It's very calming. Okay, so you can see this screen.
Yes, I can. Yes, thank you.
Excellent. Okay, so what you can see here is our land price and also our house price. So these two things are really what determines our deposit. So for our land price, that's determined by the specific land development. So this one here is in our Zenith estate. So this estate is where we're looking at a 5% land deposit. And always for us, we operate on on a HIA contract, and that's always a 5% deposit. If the clients choose to not proceed for whatever reason, depending on how far along we are in the process, if we've started to apply for things like soils and contours, done some proper engineering, and applied for a building permit and what have you, we would recuperate those costs from the client's deposit and then return everything else. We do hold the right within the HIA contract to hold the entire deposit, the whole 5%,
Mhm.
but you don't make friends by doing that. And realistically, if people can't proceed based on for whatever reason, there's always a specific circumstance. It's
Okay.
not usually that someone's just changed their mind. We don't want to hinder someone. So we will just recuperate what costs that we've spent and then we will return the balance. It's all about relationships. And for me, Con, the relationship between yourself and I and all of your clients is very important to us.
Misha, now the question once again I'm asking is on behalf of my clients. I pretend I'm
Yes.
the buyer.
Yes.
Now, at what point will we have the final price set? And can you give us a price before we pay a deposit?
Of course. So the price that we're looking at right here on this package, Con, that final package price of 853,974,
Okay.
that is the final price. So because we do everything in-house, we have an entire team based out of here on the Gold Coast in Sanctuary Cove. So we have people who work on these packages who will do absolutely everything before we will put this out to market, meaning that the final price here is the final package price. We put out what's called a fixed price contract. So not all builders operate the same. Our HIA contracts actually have a special condition, and that condition is 7.1 in the special conditions section, stating that our contracts are completely fixed price.
Now, if we pay for things like soil test, property information, and we get all these reports and we pay for them,
Yes.
and we don't proceed with the deal, do we get those reports given to us as our ownership?
Of course. So, look, there's never a point where we will go to the clients and say, like, oh, we need you to pay for these things now. That's actually included in their deposit. So,
Oh,
because
great.
we're putting out a fixed price contract, when we receive the client's their deposit, that to us tells us that the clients are ready to proceed. They've done everything with you in the background that we're good to go. So, as soon as we receive that, we actually start working on the job on the client's behalf. And of course, if for any reason that the clients couldn't proceed, we would definitely provide those reports to the client.
Okay. So going to the land questions, finding the right block, of land for your new
Yes,
home is an important decision. We all know that.
of course.
And there are a number of considerations, often, choosing the size of the land, the position where they are, so you can build your dream home.
Yes.
If we've done all that, and now the question is, do I require an engineering design foundation if we require one? And what happens then? Who actually gets there and who pays for that?
Okay, so there are actually two scenarios here, Con. So, or three. The first one is we will generally provide the land for the clients. So we've already done all of that research and we've received all of that data. So we've done all of that on behalf of the client. The second scenario is where there may be a block of land that's available from, say, your Stocklands, for example,
Yeah.
right? If the clients have said to us, or if you come to me and you say, Misha, I have a client, they've actually purchased this block of land via Stockland. We would love for Gallery to quote up a specific design or put the best fit design. These are the types of inclusions the clients would want. Could you please put something together? We would go to Stocklands via our channels and our relationships and acquire that information from them. The third scenario is if, say, the clients already had purchased a block of land, had gone through you and you had worked as their buyer's agent and searched and hunted for the perfect block of land in the perfect location. In that scenario, that is where the clients would need to either acquire all of the engineering themselves, or if they would like us to do it on their behalf, we require a $5,000 pre-engagement fee where we would go out and source all of that information on their behalf, start doing work on the block of land.
Misha, is that additional to the final?
No, no. So that $5,000 would come off the total price of the property.
Okay, it's all part of it. Okay.
Of
So, for
course.
example, do I require protection against termites, or does a storm or septic water disposal system need to be engineer designed? Or maybe we need to retain walls have to be required. Who does all that?
We do all of that.
Okay.
It's included in our fixed price contract.
Okay. So if there would be what about any soil field that needs to be taken away or removed or maybe put
We would
back?
do all of that.
of that. And while the service required to, for example, if there's the block to be more distant, more further out,
Mm.
is there a more cost on that?
Generally, no. So we do have a specific area in Southeast Queensland that we will work within. So we will go all the way out to Ipswich in terms of westerly. We will go all the way down to the New South Wales border and sometimes into New South Wales,
Okay,
depending on the location. And then we will build all the way up to Noosa.
that's great. Now, going to plan and design questions.
Yes.
As a purchaser,
Yes.
how many plans do you have in your range that I can choose from? For example, I found a block of land, for example, you show me, but I don't like that particular design on lot 14, for example, and I like something different.
Mhm.
Do you mix and match, for example, can I have the design on lot 15 to put on lot 14, for example?
Of course, of course. So we are able to change designs. In terms of how many designs we have for clients to choose from, we have a plethora. So pick a number, and that's how many designs we've had. Over the past 14 years, we have come up with a range of specific designs that we believe are the best fit and the best use of space. That range sits within the 30
Okay.
number. But we do have custom draftsmen who are working in our office in Sanctuary Cove. So if the clients wanted to change anything and
Well,
custom,
that was my next question. Can I modify the standard plans at what cost? And also, can I bring my own plans for you to price?
yes, of course. So number one, definitely we can modify based off the client's needs. If it's possible, we don't charge for it. So we will include that in the total contract price. If there is an increase in the cost due to, like extra beams being required or additional like flooring and what have you, then the price would be increased. But we don't charge for the drafting changes. The other scenario where you're saying, can you bring your own plans? As long as the clients have paid for the plans and they don't belong to anybody else and they have proof of ownership, 100% we can cost them up for them and construct them.
Misha, you've got the brochure on screen at the back of
Yes.
us. Now, obviously, um, what is the very important question here is that when you've got the house total floor area total,
Yes.
is this measured in different ways? Because some builders will include the decks, the eaves, the patios, the paved area. Is that part of the house size or that's extra? Because, for example, let's say we've got a house, it's 20 square.
Mhm.
However, that includes 6, 7 squares of patios, eaves, and all those wonderful things I mentioned before. How do you guys work on that scenario?
We work on the same basis. So that's all part of our pricing structure.
Okay. Do you have any other designs I can have a look so you can
Of
give my clients a rough idea? Oh, okay. Various ones.
course. So what I can show you is actually, so we have this book that I'm able to send to you so that you can share this with your clients as well. So this is our core collection where we go through different types of designs that we've put
Oh,
together
beautiful.
that we know work for specific block sizes.
By the way, anyone that wants a copy of that, please message me below and
Yeah,
I'll be very, very happy to send you a copy.
of course.
And so you can see the various designs and layouts and different colors as well, I believe.
Yeah. Yes. Are you able to see this, Con?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful.
Now, the other thing is also when it comes to the standard inclusion question is that
Yes.
is your quote comprehensive of all its inclusions? And can you please explain me what's not included?
We include everything. So I'll go back to the package just so that you can see we
Yep.
actually have all of the inclusion
Oh, okay. Beautiful.
listed in each of our packages. So it shows that it is a fixed price contract, the plans, our QBCC insurance and home warranty. All of these things are included, and we go through all of the electricals, the energy efficiency, any of the internal.
Misha, with just see we
Yeah,
touched it. What heating and cooling is included, for example, in this package?
of course. So with each of our packages, we will always include as a standard a split system in the master bedroom and a split system in the main living area.
If I require extra split systems, will that be obviously a decent cost?
Yes.
And will the buyer will know what will be the extra cost for those extra additional split systems?
100%. So we have a full upgrades list that I'm able to provide to you and to your clients, Con, so that if they're looking at this package and they say to you, you know what, Con, I love this house, I love this design, but I would actually really like to have a few extra lights in the bedrooms or in this master bedroom. I know that I want to have a say in my walk-in wardrobe, I want to have additional shelves, or in all of the robes, I want to have additional shelves.
Is there
So,
would there be discussed, I guess, during before construction, of course, it would
yeah.
be during selection of design and inclusions design?
So that would be something that you would discuss prior to submitting an EOI with the clients. If they do decide to change their mind throughout the time, like after they've signed their contract, we can do a once off no cost variation for them though.
Nisha, just another question is, I mean, it comes back to my own personal experience because I
Yes.
just built a house not long ago.
Yes.
And one thing I was actually very, very, I had to step down my foot and say, listen, I need to have a three-phase power in my kitchen because I'm gonna put a coffee machine, industrial coffee machine in my kitchen. So no matter what, my kitchen had to be redesigned according to my
Yep.
coffee machine. As you know, I love my coffee.
Yes. Yes.
Now, obviously, yes, it was an extra cost.
Yes.
And yes, they had to bring a different extra lines and so on. However, when it comes to the extra split systems, the current design of the wiring, would they be quite sufficient to hold the extra three, four, five split systems, especially
Yes.
in Queensland?
Yes, especially in Queensland.
So it'll be the wiring will be capable enough to handle the extra power. That's what I'm trying to
Yes.
say.
Yes. We won't have to upgrade the power system.
And since we in power, we all know we all love green power and solar
Yes.
and so on. How does Gallery Homes combat, especially with the gas situation, electric situation? What is the new go at the moment with Gallery Homes when it comes to the power?
So all of our designs are actually 7-star energy rated because that's the standard that's been set by the NCC guidelines. So depending on the house design and the location, sometimes the orientation of the block will deem that we will need to include things like solar panels. It does depend like design to design. All of our co-living designs all come with solar power included, but for our traditional homes, it's a case by case basis. If we need to upgrade the home with solar in order to meet the energy standards, that's something that we take on the cost of as the builder.
Of course, we're talking about the standing inclusions in our questions at the moment.
Yes.
One very important question that always comes up, and it's a very grey area.
Yes.
Have you included a full drainage and other service costs with your fixed price, or that's extra?
The drainage, did you say?
The drainage, your drainage, the connections, the full services, and so on.
Everything,
Everything.
everything. All of our fixed price cost, it's literally like what this picture you see here, that is literally what you will get.
So I mean, I can see a beautiful home down there. I
Yep.
can see a driveway. Obviously, I believe the
Yeah.
driveway's got a bit of color in there and so on.
Yes, it's exposed aggregate, it's
Is
colored
there
in,
extra cost or that's inclusive?
all inclusive,
And I can see the beautiful landscape. I can see some shrubs and trees and all that. Is that also inclusive or extra?
all inclusive.
All inclusive. So literally, I can walk in tomorrow in this house. You give me
Yes,
the keys, and the only thing I got to do is to make sure I turn the connections under my name and start bringing my furniture the day after.
correct.
The other thing I want to mention on that point there is that with the collarbone or roof tiles and all that,
Mm.
is that optional? What is the standard when it comes to the roofing?
Okay, so our standard in Queensland and the best energy efficiency that we have found is always a colour bond roof.
Okay. And of course, insulation and so on, that's all inclusive.
All included, Con. I'll show you in our inclusions.
I love that.
Absolutely everything.
So, one of the questions I mentioned earlier, so what is something not included that a lot of your buyers find out later on? What is it something that actually it doesn't pop up very often, but actually it's there? Is there anything?
Nothing really. It's really just extras that a lot of the time I think make a difference to a home or to a house feeling like a home. The typical things that I will always recommend if anyone asks me for an upgrade that I think make a big difference, I would always upgrade the ceiling height. So our standard ceilings are 2400. I would have the ceiling height at a minimum of 2590 just because I think it opens up the home so much.
What are we
I
talking
would
about
also,
cost, Michelle? What's the extra costing on an average home? Just
on an average home, it's $36 per square meter. So it depends on the size of the house. So we will always price it to the size of the home.
an argument's sake, let's say a 20 square home or 25 square, what are we looking at, approx, give and take? Just
So
a rough estimate.
I'll give you the exact price on this exact home.
Yes,
So you'd be
please.
looking at $6,500.
Okay. So I believe, once again, I'm talking about my own personal experience. When I built my house, the same almost period, one
Mm,
of my neighbors built the same home, but I went high ceilings, he went
yes,
standard. And
yes,
it's quite amazing what an
mm,
enormous difference it gives you
yes,
that it looks bigger, but guess what? It's the same house.
yes,
It's the perception by having the high ceilings that gives you the extra space, the breathing space that we say.
yes,
And one thing that also I've done as well, which I found quite unique, and it gives you even the depth, even the door height.
yes. Oh, yes. If you're going to upgrade the ceilings, you have to upgrade the, you don't, it's not necessary, but I
I
always
highly
recommend
recommend.
it,
Highly
like the
recommend.
windows and the door height,
Yep.
like the amount of light that it lets into the home, it just looks spectacular.
Good. With the credibility questions,
Yes.
obviously it's very, very important these days. We all know what's going on the last few years.
Mm,
Are you tried, certified and affiliated to any recognized industry bodies such as HTA, MBA, and so on?
of course. So all of the builders that we use all have to have their own QBCC insurance, and everyone operates under the HIA legislation, so the Housing Institute of Australia.
And before I make a fun decision, if I wanted to see an existing home that you guys build or a display home, or
Mhm.
I can see the quality of your workmanship and the existing customer, other homes, is there anything I can see
Of
around?
course. Of course. So is it okay if I show you a couple of photos?
Please, please.
Wonderful. So this is a home that we recently finished in Aura Estate, which is on the Sunshine Coast.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
So you can
This is what it
see,
looks like. Complete. Okay, beautiful. Yep.
yeah, this is what it looks like completed.
Go slow for a second. Yep. Oh, wow, that's very spacious.
Yeah. So just things like that. You can see how the backyards are finished, what the bedrooms look like. You can see like everything's been finished.
Even the ceiling fan.
Even the ceiling fans, yes. Even the ceiling fans. I'll show you a couple more just because I love what we do. Hang on, let's go.
As we're going through also, Mish, as well,
Mm,
is it a fixed build time? And I know this question is very important to Gallery Homes because I believe you're one of the very, very few builders that I know. They build homes in record time.
of course. So we have three guarantees, which we're very, very proud of, Con. So those three guarantees are we have a 28-day site start guarantee. So that site start guarantee means that from the day of your land settlement to us getting on site and actually doing a site cut, we have 28 days. So that means your building permit, everything is organized, and we are actually starting on your site in 28 days. Our second guarantee is our build time guarantee. So across all of our traditional and co-living homes, we have an 18-week build time guarantee, which means that from the start of the build to practical completion, we have 18 weeks. And I'll tell you something.
Did you say 18 weeks?
I said 18 weeks, and get this, last year in 2024, through all the homes that we built last year, we hit 18 weeks 97% of the time. And that was even including double story homes. It was including dual keys.
Now, I got to ask this question. Will you pay me money if you over the contract time?
Con, we actually pay all of our clients triple what any other builder in Queensland will pay. We pay $150 per day if we go over that build time frame.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I like that. So the confidence questions come back to it. What health and safety procedures you got in place, and what contracts you guys use?
So all of our sites, we follow a very strict and stringent workplace health and safety, meaning that we are responsible for everyone on site. We have construction managers who manage all of our sites, and we also have regional managers who are managing all of those teams
So
as well.
you've got a dedicated construction coordinator
Dedicated,
who will
dedicated.
personally manage my all the subtrades,
Mhm.
and he'll keep me informed of progress and answer any of my questions, right?
Con, even better. So I'm going to show you something very special. So we have a client portal. So what I'm showing to you on my screen right
Talk to
now,
me about the client portal. What is the client portal so people know
our
what it is?
client portal is as soon as your land settles, we will actually share with you. I'll show you what this looks like right now. So you will get access. So you yourself, Con, and each of your clients get access to their very own Gallery Homes portal. So if they're at a barbecue on a Saturday afternoon and they say, Con, I want to show you my new property that's being built by Gallery Homes. Here's what's been happening on site. They can go through and they can see all of the activities and what's been booked in and when it's going to happen. And they can even go through and see all of their photos as well.
Babies upload. Oh, that is great. That is great. So it's more or less it's I'm gonna throw this thing. It's a virtual bill as an owner, as a purchaser, that I can see my own thing taking place in front of my eyes. Getting
Correct.
built.
Correct.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's a game changer when it comes to clients. It means that you're not waiting on someone to call you back. You're not in the dark. You will always know what's going on with your home at any given time.
Beautiful. Now, who does the builder inquire home owner warranty insurance from?
So we have homeowner warranty insurance via the QBCC.
Okay. And a very, very important question that, it's especially when you build brand new homes,
Yes.
what is the maintenance period? Now, let's be very specific because it's a very blunt question and you get different answers. Let's tell the viewers exactly what is the maintenance period, please.
Okay, so Con, I'm also going to share another thing with you so that all of your clients can see. So when we're about to hand a home over, each of your clients will get one of these. So an after sales home care booklet so that they know all of those important things, who the insurance is through, how long it's for, all of the maintenance periods and what happens. So because there's so many different parts of the home, they do have different warranty periods. So,
Okay.
and we go through that here. As a standalone home, the maintenance period is for 12 months. but there are certain circumstances where things need to be assessed separately. So we do have a full maintenance department. So for example, Con, I had a client who purchased a home through us 3 years ago. Now that's well outside our warranty period. Because he'd sent through some images, we had a trade go out there and review it. And even though it was outside the warranty period, we deemed that it wasn't up to our standards. So we have covered the cost of getting that repaired for him.
A couple of technical questions have been asked to me.
Yes.
Is the supply of the concrete pumping included?
Yes, 100%.
Other question was, are color bonds downpipes included?
Yes, of course.
And of course, I love this question. At what stages am I able to inspect the work? Apart from the photos, can I physically walk in the site and visually and touch things and feel things as the property gets built?
If the clients want to, we can definitely arrange that. We do like to do those sorts of things at the end of different stages. And the reason why we do that, Con, is because that's usually where the site is at a secure stage where there's not too many trades on site, there's not so much work happening that it's going to be a workplace health and safety challenge for the clients. It just means that they can safely go on there with their site supervisor.
And do you guys have any objection if I engage a third party building inspector to make sure that everything is according to plans and regulations, for example?
Of course, Con. So we actually do that for the clients, and that's included in their building, in their HIA contract. So we have a private inspector. They're actually the best in Queensland, inspect each of our builds to make sure that we're doing the right thing by the client. But if any of your clients would like to have their own inspector that they've just deemed to be, someone that they wanted to have on site, 100%, we would love to accommodate them.
And in conclusion, with my 4 decades plus experience in this industry, there are 2 golden rules that is very important for anyone that buys a property.
Mm-hmm.
Please, first, do not sign anything with your builder until you've read all the fine print. If there's anything that you do not understand, ask for advice either from independent builder, consultant, or obtain legal advice. Remember, once you've signed a building contract, you cannot normally back out and change your mind. There is no cooling off period. And the second golden rule is ensure everything importantly is confirmed in writing and keep a copy. So if something you discuss and it's a very important issue or topic with your builder, make sure either an email or keep a track record of it.
Of course. Of course.
And once again, on a good note, Gallery Homes, yes, they are proven builders. They deliver a product with integrity and high quality plus. The thing that I love about Gallery Homes, not only we've got the direct contact with the person that they build the properties, not only you get in touch with a portal that you know exactly what stage your property is, so it's not something you don't know what's happening on a daily or hourly rate, but also the 18 weeks completion date, whereas as an investor or as an owner-occupier, we know that when you get the loan, you start paying interest and so on, and you probably be paying rent till your property gets built. The sooner we eliminate those costs, the better your investment becomes more profitable to you.
Yes.
Now, any more information regarding Gallery Homes or where other properties are located or what's the price list or anything else you might want to ask, please feel free to contact me below. Even if you want a copy of the brochure or the inclusions or maybe a sample brochure to get a rough idea what they're all about, by all means. Anything else to add, Misha?
Nothing else to add, Con, but if anyone is interested in learning more about gallery homes or has any questions, please reach out to Con. He is one of our trusted partners, and I would be more than happy to speak with anyone, Con.
On that note, thank you very much, Misha. Enjoy the sunshine in Queensland. And till next time, to all viewers, remember, you gotta love where you live. On that note, Con Nichols and Misha, goodbye all.
Goodbye.